Collins, you don't know how to hide your feelings like Andrea. The day Andrea mistakenly mentioned the name of the person in the clinic, I saw Collins' reaction. I remember that day.
I know that's what I know you spending time
watching our reactions,
watching the behind the scenes. We are aware, but we don't care.
Oh my God! He says, "Go and watch the review broadcast of it." We have seen
it. But what did
and he says, "You understand my laughter that day. I love you guys when you are real. We are indeed real. We don't hide it. We don't.
That's right.
We don't.
That's right."
Let me see. Henry from Ikorodu says, I don't like reading your message because it comes off somehow to me.
A piece of what? What do you say?
He calls himself an admirer, and that's good. I like that you admire what we're doing. And he says I should send my Kuda account. Let him freaky my account. He says, what's up, Lagos? Help me shout out to my wife, Cindy Onalife. She is such a heaven sent being to me from the deepest part of heaven. I love her.
I think the freak is coming from it. It's a common, this popular skid maker, if you like, online content creator, Macaroni.
Okay.
So he uses that a lot.
It's
a freaky the account,
okay.
as it were.
All right. But I don't have, okay. Let's move on.
If freaking the account is
to wire the something to hazards.
What is
Pardon me, man. Pardon me. Anyway, he says, let me see another here. Wow, quite a lot of messages. I think we'll pen this message.
Yep.
And we'll take them much later.
Well, that's a good thing to do because we are set for this week's episode of Techie Talk. It's Nigeria's #1 tech information show on radio. The past 2018, 14, 15, 4 years now.
Wow.
It's been a great experience to have you all join us as we try to, keep you abreast with the happenings in the world of tech and also talk about what tech entrepreneurs are doing. And we also talk about, the world of tech from the perspective of the users. There's a lot of talk also about, there's innovation here, there's innovation there. We try to find out what exactly is the user experience like, with all these tech innovations, as it were. If you've followed the show, you would agree with me that has been most of our focus, and also bring technocrats, if you like, a tech enthusiast to join us on the show week in, week out. And we also talk about the tech updates, which is the news in the world of tech that we find relevant.
Right. I'm bringing you news today. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has cautioned Nigerians against seeking credit facilities from loan sharks for financial support. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele gave the warning while addressing reporters at the end of the Monetary Policy Committee meeting held on Tuesday in Abuja. On loan sharks, what we have done is to say that there is no need for you to go to loan sharks for a loan, he said. People normally would go to loan sharks because they are desperate. They cannot access the bank.
It's that we found that a group of this group is mainly people who are vulnerable, people whose household need some small amount of money to do their business, but cannot access the finance. And as a result, they go to the sharks to charge them twice the principal just to within 19 days. I mean, he's pretty much discouraging people not to go to unauthorized people to get loans. We'll get into that also.
Right. In the meantime, operators of lending apps in Nigeria are not having it easy. The rates of default by customers have more than doubled in the industry in the last 2 years, exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic and the torrid economic situations in Nigeria. Lending apps are finding it hard to get their monies back from the defaulting customers.
That's right. So that is a statement of fact. So that's seeing it from that perspective. A lot of people have been doing it. Still on that story, which of course will be our main focus for this first part of the Techie Talk. Some microloan companies have been accused of declaring defaulters dead, designing and circulating the obituaries of such persons to family and friends. Now, you remember, some customers had recently shared their experiences with the loan company on Techie Talk. Some time ago, last week, we got people calling, and while others shared theirs on social media. And one of the callers recounted how that the loan company called and threatened his contacts and family members. You remember another customer also said that he had defaulted his payment plans for 5 days, and the next thing, bam!
What he saw was his obituary.
His obituary that is dead. Media. So, also on a public group on Facebook, another customer of a loan app that's identified as Victoria Ayo revealed that She was a victim and vowed not to repay the loan. She said, and I quote, "I will never pay. They called my mom and insulted her. May God help us," he says. Adding that she borrowed just about 15,000 naira. But it doesn't just about. You borrowed, you didn't borrow. No, sincerely. Did you borrow?
She obviously did.
Did you agree that you will pay? We're not saying putting your obituary is right, all right? But we're just saying that. I mean, if you had paid, Don't take me seriously, I'm kidding. But that's a story. And on that note, it'll be good for us to, take a pause and then address this for a moment. Of course, we have a guest in the studio who'll be joining us for this. But first, let's do a bit of a background of this so you understand where this is coming from. So online lenders, all right, have become a part and parcel of the nation's banking system, especially in recent years, when tough economic conditions, have made many people to resort to borrowing from soft loan firms. Many of us out there, you have to resort to, where can I get a loan? And tough loan conditions imposed by commercial banks, for example, had made the activities of online banks more popular over time. Now, interestingly, the use of technology and the ability to advance loans to prospective customers without collecting any form of collateral have made online banks the delight of many Nigerians. You don't need to, they say, get a bank. You see all the problem online now. Get a loan in 5 minutes, get a loan in 2 minutes, and all that, right, Andrea?
Absolutely. However, scores of unprofessional online lenders have in recent years deployed very crooked and illegal means to recover loans from those they describe as recalcitrant debtors.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes they employ crude and illegal means to embarrass clients who fail to repay their loans after a few days. On this part of Techie Talk, we will take a look at this trend and how it affects both the lenders and the borrowers.
Yes, we've been joined by a special guest. I'll tell you a bit about this individual so that you understand why he's not just qualified to be here, but also the right person to have this conversation with. His name is Austin Abolusoro. Hope I'm correct. He's going to correct me if I'm wrong. All right. And he's the founder and the CEO of P2Vest. Now, it's a financial intermediary that ensures fair, simple, and easy access to both individual and business loans, and also creates opportunities for lenders, ensuring adequate return within acceptable risk appetite. That's not all. He's also a digital and information technology expert, certified information systems auditor, certified information security manager, certified ethical hacker, and IBM advanced technical expert. Now, he provides advisory in emerging technologies, artificial intelligence, and blockchain technology. Well, Austin, man, you are welcome indeed to Techie Talk.
Thank you very much. That's quite a lot of portfolio.
Thank you.
Welcome. It's good to have you join us.
Yeah.
So we'll start by, you heard all that we've talked about loans and how that some of these soft loan companies go about their business, trying to recover the monies that debtors or borrowers borrowed from them. But what do you make of this trend of loan repayment of loan defaulters being threatened by some micro loan companies?
All right, thank you very much, and I'm glad to be here, listeners. I think this is a very bad trend, not good for our industry, either the fintech industry or the finance industry. But we cannot totally take away the role and the importance of the online lenders or the micro lenders, as you may call it, because there is a gap that this set of people or this set of businesses are feeling. But now we are having this situation in which a number of people that we can say the bad eggs within the industry are creating problems. But my position is you can't just criminalize everybody. There are still lenders out there that will give out loans and take the normal, the standards, the legal means of recovering their funds from defaulters. And that's the business that we're on.
All right, great. I love that. So as an expert, right?
Yeah.
Because there's been this question of when a loan is necessary or not. What are when, in your opinion, does getting a loan become necessary? Because sometimes somebody, I'm not broke now, I don't have anything to eat, so let me see where I can get a loan. So, as an expert, when do you, in your opinion, do you think that getting a loan, whether for business or as an individual, is necessary?
Exactly. I think that's a fundamental issue that we need to address.
Yeah.
Many of the people that go online to take loan actually take this loan for, what you can say are unnecessary means. Or they even, some of them come with the mind of not paying or seeing it as free cash. Because there are people that are out there, they're just looking for any app that is a loan app, and they just want to go there and just access a loan because of the speed at which these loans are disbursed.
Yeah.
So from my perspective, I believe people should take loan when it is absolutely necessary. I think from financial point of view, you should actually take a loan to acquire assets. So you look at assets and liabilities. So some people go and say, I want to take a loan to go and buy something that you absolutely know that it's a liability and it's not going to add any value, and they cannot in any way be able to put in place a repayment plan, even though they are going to tell the app or the lenders that they're going to pay back. They are not able to show a clear means of repayment for this loan. So when you don't have a clear means of repayment, why do you go to take a loan? You just feel you are broke, but you don't have any means you're going to pay back. Or some people feel, okay, I've just seen this type of business is thriving. I want to take a loan and start a business. How do you just take a loan to start a business? There are so many risks around starting a business.
That's right.
It's better that you have some fund of yours to try out a business, and when the business is now doing well, or you see some kind of gains, you are seeing progress in that business, then it's easier to take a loan to help in scaling the business, where you can see that you are able to make some kind of returns that will pay back the loan. But when you say you want to take a loan to start a business, you can't be sure how the business is going to turn out. And when something else happens and then you are unable to pay back, and then the lenders will not just keep quiet, because most of the lenders are also doing business with some other people's fund.
Okay.
There are people that give them this fund, and they get to that point where they are under pressure. When you have 1,000 people that have taken loans and not paying back, over time this adds up, and then the business is going to die. And this is why you see this kind of reaction. It is not right to go out there and put somebody's obituary just because it's not paid back. But I think it's not right for some people also to go out and collect funds and just not pay.
Okay, I mean, looking at that, you mentioned quite a number of things in one, and that from the undertone of what you said, what I can point out is there are rules, there are guidelines, there are things to consider before going about to take a loan. So in that light, what are the things to consider before giving, that is the one who is lending out, and securing a loan, the one who is borrowing? What are the things to consider before doing any of those?
Okay, from my position, or from the company that I run, P2Vest, we run peer-to-peer lending platform, and we have some of these rules that have been automated there. And these are some of the things we are also trying to sensitize some of our members. I belong to an association of money lenders, and we try to sensitize our members to actually follow some of these rules. There are certain things you need to look out for. Is there a clear means of repayment for whatever it is this person is taking this loan for? Is the number one thing. If you don't have a job and you are not running a business, how are you going to pay back a loan? So is there something that you're going to use? Is there an asset? If it's some kind of loan that requires some collateral, is there an asset to collateralize it? You have to look for that. You have to look at credit history. Gradually the industry is maturing in Nigeria, where we have the credit bureaus now. We try to sensitize our members. Go check the record in the credit bureau. Most of the people have their BVNs there. If you put it, you're going to see the record, and it will tell you that this guy has taken loan from A, B, and C and didn't pay back. If this guy has not paid back, why are you going to give him another loan? He's not likely to pay. So if you go to a credit bureau record of a customer, if you do that check before giving a loan, that is one of the indices that you will see the history there that can tell you this guy has been taking loan for the last 3 years, he's been paying back, then that may be, some kind of indication that he's going to pay back. And then you will see also those are defaulting, and that can tell you not to even consider giving loan to that person at all. But I think one of the most important points to check out for is there a clear means of repayment? Is this person engaged in any business, or is this person gainfully employed to be able to pay back? I think these are the key aspects of this particular business. And generally you want to look at what are the things that this particular individual, what is it that he says is trying to use this particular money for. Though most cases on online businesses, you don't want to bother yourself about that because of the type of fund that people are asking for, 5,000, 10,000 naira.
Yeah.
We generally don't ask them, what do you want to use it for? But at some point, you need to really find out, okay, what are you going to do with it? And you may find that this person is saying, I'm trying to just collect this money because my brother is sick, and my brother is in the hospital. He's just desperate, he want to help, but he doesn't have a way he's going to pay back. So it's a problem. And you may just provide that loan, and after that, he's going to be saying, I'm sorry, I don't have
the money to pay back. Oh, wow.
Well, well said, guys. If you are just joining us, we're in the first part of Techie Talk, and today we're having a conversation with Austin Abolusoro. He's the founder and CEO of P2Vest, and we told you about that. It's a financial intermediary that ensures fair, simple, and easy access to both individual and business loans, and creates opportunities for lenders, ensuring adequate return within acceptable risk appetite. Now, one question to you is, how do you ensure? I mean, you in your talk, you've explained a bit about your role in industry, because on Techie Talk, we do not only talk about what's happening in the tech space, we talk to the key players in the space, hear what they're doing differently and what they're bringing to the table and how they are solving whatever problem it is. We have identified one of them. In your submission, you are able to even enlighten a lot of people, even lenders and borrowers, why they should borrow and all that. So we would like to know, how do you ensure, about P2Vest, how do you ensure fair, simple, and easy access to both individual and business loans, and create opportunities at the same time? How do you do it?
Okay, so in the model that P2Vest runs, it's not a very common model of just coming to a lender and borrow money directly. P2Vest is not a lender in most cases. We are running a peer-to-peer model that is not very common. So on a peer-to-peer model, P2Vest is providing, a platform where individuals or businesses could actually come to the platform and say, I have funds. I have 10,000 naira, I can make it available, and then some other people come and say, I need 5,000 naira. Then our platform provide the means for this individual to fund the borrower. And what we try to do is we do some kind of pre-selection. We try to check the BVM, we try to check the credit bureau, we try to analyze the statement. We do all these things on the app, and we provide the technology to do that, and we score the borrower, and then we present that to lenders on our platform, and then the lender is able to look at and say, okay, looking at the profile of this guy, and then where he's working and all that, and provide the fund. So one of the things we do in this sense is that we generally help the lenders to profile the borrowers, and then the lender make a decision whether to lend or not. And then if there is now a default, if the borrower is not paying back, we provide the details, the address, the phone number, the guarantor details, but we don't in any way intrude into the privacy of the borrower by downloading the contacts and start sending messages. No. In our own case, the lender is going to talk to the borrower and see how this fund can be recovered. But we try to use technology before all this, because we have a way of linking people's account through their debit card and do direct debits. We try to reach these people's account to recover the fund whenever there's any available fund there.
Yeah.
I mean, if we borrow 10,000 and it's time to pay, and even if it's 1,000 you have in your account, we're going to take it and give it to the lender. So we keep doing that till the money is complete. But the lender can also just call the borrower and say, okay, I gave you this money on P2Vest platform, you need to pay me back.
All right. What about the challenges? I mean, just how's it been? I mean, so 2020, right?
Yeah, 2020.
Okay, so
September.
What's been the story? Tell us the story. What it's been for from this,
Okay,
because it's a major a major thing. It's become, this lending and borrowing is become a major conversation in our economic, in especially our banking right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're different. That's why we started with all those stories, and you could see. And this week in, week out, we've had several talks, and people want to hear more.
Yeah.
So let's hear from your personal experience. With P2Vest. How have you been able to manage? What have been the challenges? What have been the story, from that 2020 to now?
Yeah, from 2020 now, we've seen good progress. We've seen increase on our platform. A lot of users sign up, and then we have over 100,000 customers on our platform today. We have quite a number of lenders. So, of course, there are challenges where you have people that truly do not want to pay. You will see this person just do not want to pay, and those are the challenges. And I would think that apart from trying to get lenders to stop this harassment or illegal means of recovery,
recovering the funds,
there should be some serious regulation also in place by the government to help in addressing these people. Sorry.
Okay.
No. All right, great. We need to go on a quick break right now
getting to the
and then
next
wrap
level?
this.